In the last few videos, we've looked at a single line text box. In this video, we're going to look at a multi-line text box. Now, you would think that we would use the input element tag like we did in the last few videos, but for some reason they decided to give the multi-line text box its own tag. And the element tag that we use is text area. So I'll copy and paste what I've already typed out. And here you see the text area element tag. And unlike the input element tag, we need to actually close this out. And then there are two main attributes, the rows attribute and the columns attribute. And so this is very simple. If you want to increase the size of this text box, you just add more rows or add more columns. But we're just going to use 10 and 40. So let's go ahead and see what we got. And there you can see we have our text box. And let me just type a bunch of stuff in here. And I'll hit return. Let's just type a bunch of text. And I want to show you that the browser will actually automatically put a scroll bar in here for us. So that's pretty nice. So let's hit refresh here and clear that. And like I said, we can increase the size of this. So let's make this 30 rows and we'll make our multi-line text box 80 columns. And so let's go ahead and refresh. And there you can see we have a much larger text box. Now, if you want to add a label, you can, and we don't necessarily have to use the input label. You can just use simple text if you want. So we'll type in comments. So this is some sort of comments or feedback box, and let's add a break tag, and we'll refresh this, and you can see now we have a nice little comments label above our box. Now, what if you want a submit button to allow the user to submit all the text they have just written out? Well, this is where it gets a little strange. We get to use the input element tag again. And so here you can see what I've copy and pasted in here. So we're using the input element tag. And again, I don't understand why they had to make the text area input tag different, but they decided to. And here we're just changing the type to submit. That's what will give us a submit button. So if you remember in the single line text box, we had text here, and that made it a single line text box. Here we just have to put in submit and we'll get a submit button. The value controls the text of the button. So appropriately, we're going to call it submit, but you could change this to whatever you want. So let's go ahead and refresh our page. And there you can see now we have a nice submit button that the user can click on when they want to submit their feedback. Okay, that's going to do it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video.